Hey, Criticers. All right, I'm Jarrod, and it's that time for me to brag about seeing a movie that recently came out. Yes, I watched a movie that was in theaters recently and will soon be on streaming, and I will brag about it and talk about it. The movie I'm talking about is Twisters, the not so much but kind of sequel to the 90s, hold on, remind me exactly, 1996 classic Twister, starring Helen Hunt, Bill Paxton, Philip Seymour Hoffman, Jimmy Gertz, Carrie Elwes, Alan Ruck, Jeremy Davies, everybody you've ever known and loved. But we're not talking about that. We're talking about Twisters, starring Glen Powell and Daisy Edgar-Jones, and a few other people, Mara Tierney and Katie O'Brien, some other people. But I'm here to talk to you about Twisters, this fun little sequel. First and foremost, before I say anything else, it's a fun movie. Look, if you're looking for a fun tornado actiony with a little bit of rom-com, whatever, yeah, this movie delivers. It's a lot of fun. You have a good time. It's a fun trailer, and it doesn't disappoint. It is a fun time this entire time. At no point where you're like, what is happening? This is stupid. Waste of my time. I don't believe this. It's very much down to earth. Like very similar to the first Twisters has obviously some tornado chasers. Surprise, tornado chasers. One is doing it for study. Well, he's kind of doing it for Glen Powell's character, which, by the way, Glen Powell, welcome to the A-list. But he's doing it as a little bit of a social media following, a little bit of a passion project, because he also does a little bit of scientific and hospitable help when it comes to twisters and tornado disasters. And you have Daisy Edgar-Jones playing basically the equivalent of, I thought it was out and they brought me back in, where she was a huge meteorology student. Terrible things happened to her. She quit the biz, but then she got dragged back in. It's a fun movie, without question. If you want to go see some really cool tornado action, Twisters. But let's get into more specifically. This is a Hallmark movie. Like, if you ever watched anything like a Hallmark movie of the week, something on W, it's like, two love interests that are obvious and you're just waiting until they finally get together, and then just a whole bunch of corny lines and one-liners here and there. That's what this movie is. This is a this is a tornado themed Hallmark movie, 100% through and through. I can end the review on that, and that's what you can expect, because that is the vibe you get. I watched it with my wife, and she was like, this is a bad Hallmark movie, which means it's a regular Hallmark movie, but it's a tornado themed one. And it is, I'm just going to say, the tornadoes are more subtle than the love interests of Glen Powell and Daisy Edgar-Jones playing Tyler Owens and Kate Carter. Names don't matter, but it is so obvious. It is, oh my God, will they, won't they? Oh my God, they just seem to be butting heads so much. You're like, no. They're going to be kissing before the credits. And they're not going to kiss before the credits. You got to wait till right before the credits, then they kiss. It's 100%. You can just foresee that down the road. Walk in, opening credits, like, yeah, they're going to end up kissing right before the credits. And that's exactly what happens, Hallmark style. But this one, because it's tornadoes and they're in the country, this one has that new country core vibe that you get. You know how, if you notice, we're about to go into Christmas Hallmark movie season, it's gone a real country core, where they're all country themed Christmases or country themed love story. This is a country tornado themed Hallmark movie. Like, it actually has that, like, cowboy hats and flannel shirts and boots, and there's some country music playing as the soundtrack. That is what this movie is. So if you like that, if you're digging that, then welcome. If that's not your style, heads up, wait it out. There's some really cool tornado action, really good special effects, which, if you're gonna make a Twister movie, you cannot drop the ball on some good, sweet tornado action and meteorological information that is accurate, I'm just gonna say. But you will not be disappointed with that one. It delivers on that one. Yes, again, this is worth a watch. It's a lot of fun. Two things I'm going to be very nitpicky on, and I will do that. First thing is, because it leads in the second, first thing is, at one point in the movie, this isn't ruining anything, it's like almost like a throwaway scene, or tornado's coming. Like it appears out of nowhere. Like that's not how tornadoes work. Whatever. They run into a hotel because like, hey, we gotta have someplace to hide. There's a couple there. There's a guy complaining to the front desk about this, about that, blah blah blah. And then the guy's like, we gotta go hide from a tornado. And the girl's like, statistically, the tornadoes will never actually happen. And it's basically they're playing two know-it-alls. And then insufferable know-it-alls, and then they get theirs. But what I didn't like about that is, which for one, yeah, that's fun. Make some people that you hate, and then they get taken away. Problem solved, and it's fun. Not complaining about that. What it was giving is, because it's country core, these were two city people that are being insufferable and intolerable, and then they're wrong, and then they get their comeuppance. And what I don't like about that is, my country, America, has a huge problem of us versus them mentality, and a lot of that's building. This adds to that, and I don't like that, because when it comes to country core, and I know a lot of times country mentality that likes to be put out is it's us country people against the city know-it-alls that they don't understand, they're wrong, da da da, and this adds to that. I don't like that. It just feels weird that they're adding this unnecessary divide of like, hey, look at these two city people think they know it all, and then they get got by a tornado because us country people are the smart ones. I don't like that it adds to that dialogue. Like, that's not a healthy thing that I like to see in movies, is that, and I know what that was, which again, but that leads me into the second thing about this movie. At one point, this is the funniest thing because I grew up with this. They see a tornado a brewing, and they have an option. They could just run and save their lives, or it's heading towards a town. We could go in and warn them, and they choose the side of good, and they book it to this small town in Oklahoma, and it's like, there's a baseball game, a kid's pee-wee baseball game going on, and the parents are there in the stands, and then they see, oh no, a wall cloud coming, and their phone starts alerting, like, ugh! And then it cuts to them pulling into like the pickup truck in the middle of main town. There's a farmer's market going on, canvas tents everywhere, people are going, and they like go into main town and scream out, there's a tornado coming, we gotta take shelter and hide. And then immediately the whole small town is populated by idiots, just bumbling idiots bumping into everybody. There's one guy holding onto his canvas tent because he sells wind chimes and he doesn't want to let it go, and Glen Powell runs up to him like, no, you gotta let go, we gotta go inside. And then like another guy gets in his car, and then like Daisy Edgar-Jones is like, no, the car's not safe, you gotta get inside. And then all these bumbling idiots going everywhere. Have you ever lived in Tornado Alley? I grew up in Texas. This is Oklahoma. We know what to do when a tornado's coming. Like, we don't need these these handsome main characters to pull into main town and start teaching like country people a lesson. 100%. Those people have been watching that tornado come in the entire night, because that's what we do. Tornadoes, dangerous, but to us, nuisance after a while because you get so comfortable with them. 100%. They've been watching that wall cloud all morning, and then they're like, where's the tornado? About 3 miles out? Yeah, we're fine. Like, because I know that because 100% I visited, like this is in the 90s, I visited my great aunt in Oklahoma City, and there was an active tornado in the Oklahoma City area. She literally looked at the TV and said, oh, where is it? Oh, that's across town. Yeah, y'all want some more coffee? Like, it's that much, that's what we think about tornadoes. And I don't like that Glen Powell has to show up and teach these small town idiots what a tornado is and what to do. They know what to do. They live there. And that's what tells me that this movie was not written by someone who's lived in tornado country, because that's not how we react. We don't just bumbling around like, oh my God, a tornado's coming. What do I do? Let me hold on to my little canvas tent. I can't let that go. I'm like, no, we know what to do. Okay, we know, like, oh, there's a tornado. All right, let's go into the middle room without glass. Let's put a mattress over us. It's a pain in the ass for us, right? But those are only two things that I did not like about this movie. It was a dig between like the city versus country, which, okay, we don't need that. Funny, I get it. I'm not against like being, think people who think they're smart getting their comeuppance. I'm not against that. It's just I don't like that was obviously a country versus city dig. I'm like, we don't need that. And again, dude, I grew up doing tornado drills in elementary school. We all know what to do when there's a tornado, dude. We don't need handsome Glen Powell. I mean, we all do need handsome Glen Powell coming into Main Street and interrupting a farmer's market. I'm not saying Glen Powell, don't show up, because I'd love to see you. But I'm like, that element, I'm like, yo, dude, they live in Oklahoma. We know what to do with tornadoes. Anyways, movie's called Twisters. It's coming to something streaming near you. If you want to have a fun tornado-themed rom-com with good science fiction and plausible science, go see Twisters. I mean, it's going to be different from the movie Twister, but it's a turn off your brain and have fun kind of movie. You'll enjoy yourself. You'll have a good time. Thank you for watching this. If you've seen it, let me know in the comments if you think about that. If you grew up in tornado country, let's hear about that too, because yeah. Note. Anyway, I'm Jarrod. This is Critic Box. Tune in next time as I successfully watch a movie within 6 months of it coming out and I talk about it. See you next time.